Hello, my friends. I'm Clover, and this is Genuinely Approachable Sudoku, and today we are solving Brain Zaps by Philip Newman. This is a German whisper Sudoku. So we have standard Sudoku rules, replacing the digits 1 through 9 once each in each row, each column, and each outline 3x3 region. And then on top of that, we have some German whispers lines. And along each of these green lines, digits have to always have a difference of 5 or more if they're adjacent on the line. And that has the implication that the lines are going to alternate between high and low digits, because high digits are only ever 5 or more away from low digits and vice versa. And also the digit 5 can never appear on a line. So because we alternate between high and low digits, I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. Specifically, I'm going to do a little coloring up here. So I know that these digits are either all high or all low. I know that these digits are either all high or all low. Also, there are kind of some high digits and some low digits that are problematic. The 4 among the low digits can only ever go next to 9. It's not far enough away from any of the other high digits. And the 6 among the high digits can only ever go next to 1. It's not far enough away from any other low digits. And that means because we only have 2 cells where the digit is only next to one other, that our 4 and 6 are going to have to go there. So if this is low on the top, then this is going to be the 4. If this is low on the bottom, then this is going to be the 4. We also know that we have to have a 7, because if this is high, then the 7's going to have to be there, and if this is high, then the 7's going to have to be there, because we have to use all of our high digits and all of our low digits along these. So the 7 has to go there or there, because there's already a 7 in this region. However, 7 cannot go next to 4 or 6, so the 7 must go there, which tells us that this is high. This is 7, this is 6, these are 8 and 9. That's our 4, so there's our 9 and our 8. 7 can only go next to 1 or 2. 3 is only 4 away from 7. It's too big. So that's going to be a 2, and that's going to be a 3. And that's what's going to get us started. Because if you look at this now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in this row. Therefore, this cell cannot be low. So these guys all have to be high. So those are 6, 7, 8, 9. And those are 1, 2, 3. These can't be 6 because they're each next to 2 different digits. So those are from 7, 8, 9. And we'll leave that there for the time being. These guys, they can't include a 6, but they have to have 4 different digits that are either all high or all low. If they were all high, we would have to have 6, 7, 8, 9, which would break the column. We'd have 2 6s. So that must be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not a 2 by Sudoku. And then these guys are from 6, 7, 8, 9, but none of them can be 6 because they would have to be next to 2 different low digits. So that is actually a 7, 8, 9 triple. That gives us a few things. We can't have any more 7s, 8s, or 9s in this column. And we can't have a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in this cell, or a 6, so that must be a 5 by Sudoku. That's going to have to be 8 or 9 by Sudoku. These will have to be from 6, 7, 8, 9 by Sudoku. Here we have to have either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9. We can't have 1, 2, 3, 4 without breaking this cell, so these guys are 1, 2, 3, 4. None of those can be 4 because they would have to be next to 2 9s, which is impossible, so that's a 4. And there's our 9. These guys are from 6, 7, 8. Those can't be 6 because they'd have to be next to 2 1s, so this is our 6, and then that's going to be a 1. 7 can't be next to both 2 and 3, so that's an 8. That's a 7 next to a 2, and that 8 goes next to a 3. Now let's focus in on these regions a little more. We need a 1, 5, and 6 here to finish the region. That can't be a 6, that can't be a 1. And here we need a 4, a 3, and a 5. That's not a 3, that's not a 4, that's not a 3 or a 4, so that's going to be a 5. Oh, and that can't be a 6 because there's a 6 in the row, so that'll be our 6. And the 5 we just placed takes care of this. Therefore, that's not a 1. And because that's not a 1, this can't be a 6, so that's our 6. And now we can place a 1 right here. Now 7 can't be between 2 and 3 again, so that's got to be either 8 or 9. And now what? Let's see. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this row. That can't be 3 or 4. It also can't be 1 or 2 because we have this 1, 2, 3 triple. So that's a 5. These are going to be from 1, 2, 3, and 5 in the column. That can't be 3 or 5 because it sees a 3 and a 5. So that's a 1, 2 pair. That makes this a 3-5 pair, which resolves because of the 5 right there, making this a 2. 7 can't go next to 3, so 7 goes right there. And so we can eliminate 7s from those positions. These guys are now 1, 2, 4, but because the leftmost one already sees 1 and 2, that's a 4. That's going to be a 1 because it sees a 2. And that'll be a 2. This has to be from 8 or 9 according to the region, but it sees a 9 in its column, so that's an 8, that's a 6, that's a 9. That is an 8. These guys are from 3, 4, 9. This one sees a 3 and a 4, so it is a 9. In this region, I still need 6, 7, and 8, and I see a 6 and 8 here, so that'll be a 7. That makes these 3 cells 2, 4, and 5, and makes this a 7. That's not going to be a 2 because it already sees a 2. Now if we pay a little attention to this line, actually let's finish this column first, because we still need a 5 and a 7, they'll go there and there. This can't be a 4, because it would have to be next to 2 9s. That can't be a 4, because it would have to be next to 2 9s. This also can't be a 1, because it sees a 1, and this can't be a 3, because it sees a 3. We have a 7, 8, 9 here. So we still need 1, 3, 4, and 6, and because we see 1, 3, and 4 in this row, that'll be the 6, making this an 8. And so we have our last digit in this row is going to be a 9. Therefore, that's not a 9, so this can't be a 4, because 4 can only go next to 9. So that's a 4 with a 9. Now 3 can't go directly in between 7 and 8, because 3 can't go next to 7, so that's going to be a 2. Okay. That makes this a 2. We also now know that this is an 8 and this is a 9 because of the 9 we placed. That's not a 6 because of the 6 down here. The 7 here tells us which way these go, and therefore 7 can't go next to 3, so that's a 1, that's a 3. Those are now from 1, 2, 4, but because we have a 1 here, that's our 1. The 2, 4 pair makes that a 3. That's now a 3. We can resolve the 1, 2, and 2, 4 down there using Sudoku. We need 5, 6, 8 here. And then we can just finish off using classic Sudoku methods. So we need a 5 and an 8 to finish this column. They'll go there and there. That resolves this. We need a 1 and a 7 to finish this row. We need a 4 and a 6 to finish this row. And we need a 3 and a 9 to finish that row. And that is how you solve Philip Newman's lovely brain zaps. Hope you guys liked that one. The link to check it out yourself is in the description of this video, and I will see you again in 3 days.